What if I told you that one simple squat variation could be the difference between climbing stairs with ease at 75 or needing assistance to get out of a chair? Here's the shocking part. Most people over 60 are doing squats completely wrong, and it's actually making them weaker. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact squat technique that physical therapists are now calling a game changer for anyone over 60, plus the surprising reason why your regular squats might be doing more harm than good. Now, let's talk about something that affects every single person watching this video. After age 60, we lose up to 3% of our muscle mass every single year. That might not sound like much, but here's what that actually means. In just 10 years, you could lose 30% of your strength. That's the difference between living independently and needing help with basic daily tasks. The medical community has known about this condition called sarcopenia for decades. In fact, it became officially recognized as a disease by the World Health Organization in 2016. But here's what most doctors don't tell you. It's not just about losing muscle. According to a 2023 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, sarcopenia is directly linked to increased fall risk, hospitalization rates, and even mortality in older adults. Now, you might be thinking, I already do squats at the gym, or I do chair squats at home. But here's the problem. Traditional squats that work for younger people can actually accelerate joint wear and muscle imbalance in people over 60. And chair squats, while they're better than nothing, they're missing one crucial element that I'll reveal in just a moment. So what's the solution? Let me introduce you to what I call the Tempo Squat Protocol. Now, before you think this is just another fancy name for regular squats, let me explain why this is different and why it's so powerful. In 2024, researchers at McMaster University conducted a groundbreaking study on resistance training in adults aged 65 to 80. What they discovered was remarkable. It wasn't just about doing squats, it was about how you do them. The study, published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle, showed that older adults who performed slow, controlled squats with a specific tempo saw a 25% increase in muscle strength in just 12 weeks, compared to only 8% in those doing regular speed squats. But before we dive in, if you're serious about staying strong, mobile, and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post science-backed exercise tips for seniors 3 times in a week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The researchers found that this slow tempo approach did something extraordinary. It activated what they call fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the exact muscle fibers we lose most rapidly after 60, and they're critical for quick movements like catching yourself from a fall or getting up quickly from a chair. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is this tempo and how do I do it? Don't worry, I'm going to show you the exact technique in just a minute. But first, there's one more thing you need to understand about why this works so well. Here's something that will blow your mind. When you perform a slow, controlled squat, you're not just building muscle. You're actually sending powerful signals to your brain that improve something called proprioception. That's your body's ability to know where it is in space. A 2022 study from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that older adults who practiced slow-tempo squats showed significant improvements in balance and coordination, reducing their fall risk by up to 35%. Think about that for a second. One exercise variation can cut your fall risk by more than a third. But there's more. When you control the speed of your squat, you're also building what's called eccentric strength. This is the strength you use when lowering yourself down into a chair or walking downstairs. According to research from the European Journal of Applied Physiology, eccentric training is up to 30% more effective at building muscle mass in older adults compared to regular training.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds great, but I have knee pain or arthritis.
Here's the beautiful thing about the tempo squat protocol. It's actually gentler on your joints than regular squats because you're moving slowly and with control. In fact, a 2023 study showed that controlled tempo exercises reduced knee pain in people with osteoarthritis by improving the strength of the muscles that support the joint. Before I show you exactly how to do this squat, if you're finding this information valuable, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps more seniors discover these life-changing techniques. And drop a comment below telling me what your biggest challenge is when it comes to exercise. I read every single comment and often create videos based on your questions. All right, now let's get to what you've been waiting for, the exact tempo squat protocol that can transform your strength and mobility. Here's how it works. The magic is in the numbers, 3, 1, 3, 1. Let me break that down for you. Step 1, the setup. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, toes pointing slightly outward. Keep a chair or counter nearby for balance if you need it, but try not to rely on it completely. Step 2, the descent, 3 seconds. This is where the magic happens. Take a full 3 seconds to lower yourself down. Count it out. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Push your hips back as if you're sitting into a chair, keeping your chest up and your weight in your heels. Go as low as you comfortably can. For some of you, that might be just a few inches. For others, it might be until your thighs are parallel to the ground. Either way is perfectly fine. Step 3, the pause, 1 second. At the bottom position, pause for 1 full second. This is crucial. During this pause, your muscles are working overtime to stabilize you, and this is when you're building that powerful eccentric strength I mentioned earlier. Step 4, the ascent, 3 seconds. Now take another full 3 seconds to stand back up. Press through your heels, engage your glutes, and rise in a slow, controlled motion. No rushing here. Step 5, the top pause, 1 second. Once you're standing, pause for 1 second, squeeze your glutes, and take a breath. That's 1 complete repetition. Now, here's your starting protocol. Begin with 2 sets of 5 repetitions. That's it. I know it doesn't sound like much, but remember what we talked about earlier. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Do this 3 times per week, and after each week, add 1 more repetition to each set. If you have balance issues, keep one hand lightly on a chair or counter throughout the movement. If you have knee problems, don't go as deep. Even a quarter squat with this tempo will give you incredible benefits. If standing is too challenging, you can do this same tempo protocol from a seated position. Sit in a chair, then take 3 seconds to stand up, pause for 1 second, take 3 seconds to sit back down, and pause for 1 second before repeating. Now, here's the critical part that will determine whether this works for you or not. I call it the golden rule of strength training for seniors. Increase by no more than 20% per week. What does this mean in practice? If you're doing 2 sets of 5 repetitions this week, next week you might do 2 sets of 6 repetitions. The week after, 2 sets of 7. You get the idea. This gradual progression is backed by decades of research in exercise physiology and is specifically designed to prevent injury while maximizing strength gains. A 2021 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that older adults who followed a progressive overload protocol like this were 60% less likely to experience exercise-related injuries compared to those who progressed too quickly or inconsistently. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Your body is remarkably capable of getting stronger at any age, but it needs time to adapt. Trust the process, stay consistent, and the results will come. So when can you expect to see results? Based on the research and my experience working with hundreds of seniors, here's what you can typically expect. Week 1 to 2, you'll notice the exercise getting slightly easier as your body learns the movement pattern and your nervous system adapts. Week 3 to 4, you'll start feeling stronger in everyday activities. Getting out of a chair will feel easier. Climbing stairs won't be as tiring. Week 6 to 8, you'll notice visible improvements. Your legs will look more toned, Your balance will improve noticeably. You might even find yourself moving with more confidence. Week 12 and beyond, this is where the real transformation happens. According to the research, this is when you'll see significant increases in muscle mass, bone density improvements, and dramatic enhancements in functional strength. But remember, these timelines assume you're doing the exercise consistently 3 times per week and following the progressive overload principle. Before we wrap up, let me give you 3 bonus tips that will supercharge your results. Tip number 1. Do your tempo squats in the morning. Research shows that muscle protein synthesis is highest in the morning hours, making it the optimal time for strength training. Tip number 2. Pair this with adequate protein intake. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein within an hour after your exercise. This could be Greek yogurt, eggs, or a protein shake. A 2020 study found that older adults who combined resistance training with proper protein timing saw twice the muscle gains. Tip number 3, track your progress. Write down how many repetitions you do each session. Seeing your numbers increase week after week is incredibly motivating and helps you stick to the 20% progression rule. And there you have it, the one squat variation that can genuinely transform your health after 60. Remember, it's not about doing more, it's about doing it right, with the proper tempo, consistency, and gradual progression. If you found this video helpful, please share it with a friend or family member who could benefit. And don't forget to check out my next video, where I'll show you the one upper body exercise that complements this squat perfectly for total body strength. Until next time, stay strong, stay mobile, and remember, age is just a number when you train smart. I'll see you in the next video.